All right, what's up, guys? What is up? What in the hell is up? Welcome to this live stream of the Forex markets. It's Friday. The time for me is 11:30. I guess it's 12:30 GMT London time. And the thing on the schedule today is the non-farm employment change. Right, so we got this news cluster right here. So we have the employment change, the unemployment change for the Canadian dollar, and we have the average hourly earnings, the non-farm employment change, and the unemployment rate for the US dollar. So I'm expecting the market to move on these releases right here. So if we take a brief look at the non-farm employment change, which will probably be the number one mover of the market today. So if the actual number is bigger than the forecast number, that's good for the currency. The previous number was 215,000. The forecast is 203,000. So if we get a bigger number here than the forecast, that's good for the currency. So job creation is an important leading indicator of consumer spending, which accounts for a majority of overall economic activity. Right, so we can check out some of the other, the average hourly earnings. It's a leading indicator of consumer inflation. When business pay more than labor, the highest costs are usually passed on to the consumer. So we expect the forecast and the previous is the same number. So this is, we have the unemployment rate. Although it's generally viewed as a lagging indicator, the number of unemployment people is an important signal of overall economic health because consumer spending is highly correlated with labor market conditions. Unemployment is also a major consideration for those steering the country's monetary policy. So, a lot of big words there. I will be staying away from this whole shenanigan. So we can, there's not going to be much trading today. Sorry about the white screen. This is something on TradingView's part. Every time I switch a tab, my screen goes blank, which is pretty weird, if you ask me, and pretty slow as well. So we're gonna talk about today, we're gonna talk a little bit about the trading setup we talked about yesterday, the trades I took. So if we begin on the euro dollar, so just gonna get rid of the Fibonacci line here. So this is what we drew in. Was it yesterday or the day before? Don't really remember. I think it was yesterday. So the market was around this level right here when we drew this in. Sorry. And we drew in this APCD pattern. We drew in some Fibonacci. We talked about hiding our stops below this point. We talked about it was cool if we would get a double bottom right here, and then we could hide our stops below the bottom and this point right here, which happened. So we got the ABCD, and here are the drawings I made. Pretty accurate, right? I'm just that good. You can get rid of some of these drawings here. Da-da-da. So basically this is what happened. The market came into our, and I'll show you why we have this area here. You can check back to the 4 hour on the euro dollar to see. And as you can see, if you look left, we have this whole bunch of candles spiking through. Which indicates structure. And so this is why I draw in this box. I take the whole area right here. I take the wicks and the structure points right here. Then it's just a matter of drawing in the ABCD, finding our entry level or area, if you will, combining our knowledge, our structure analysis, and yeah, going up from there. And as you can see, we are currently heading up as we speak. This is probably gonna just gonna hang around here for about an hour, and then the non-farms come out, and some other news events. And yeah, I read somewhere that that some bigger names in the industry are expecting a push to the upside, but we will never know because we won't be involved in that. The other trades I had on were the Aussie CAD, which is looking something like this. Not out of it yet, but we will probably be forced to close the position with a loss. And the other trade I had on was the Aussie CAD, which completed yesterday. I took my profits around this area right here, and that's all fine and dandy. So that was a nice about 80 pips, which were really appreciative into the bank, because it's been a hard week. It's been a hard week. Just watching Watching the trades here I've placed this week. I've placed 13 trades, 15 trades with the trades that I have on. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll probably have around 5 winners and 10 losers. I'm not sure this is, yeah. Just watching the numbers here. I'm not sure that this is accurate. This can't be. Can it? Unless I fucked up something and I didn't even notice it. Well, nevertheless, this is how the Aussie cat looked. Got a nice win on that one. So these are the 3 trades I was involved with. 2 are still active. I'm just going to check something out here on the correlation chart. Where's the Euro USD? The Euro USD and the Aussie cat. No, the dollar cat. The dollar cat. Okay. So the Aussie cat, no, the Euro cat and the Aussie, the Euro USD and the Aussie cat, oh my god, I'm sorry, the Euro USD and the dollar cat, or the USD CHD, CAD, Jesus, they are opposite in correlation. So when the news events hit, I am hedged on these 2 positions. So what that means is when and if the euro pushes to the upside, the dollar cat will do the opposite. So if we take a look at it right here, well, this doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna check the euro dollar and the dollar cat. I'm watching the thing, right? Moderate negative correlation. Why? Why are they moving the same? Hmm. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Am I not watching the right thing? Dollar cat is has been pushing to the upside. The euro dollar has been pushing to the upside. All right, so I guess this is not as accurate as I would hope. So basically, that this is the move, strong up move, and the euro dollar has been in a strong down move, like so. So they do uh, correlate opposite on the big picture scale. And I was just thinking about the when the news comes, if the market would push up, it would push down on the dollar cat, and I would get stopped out on the dollar cat, but take the profits on the euro USD, and then the same if they would push down on the euro USD, would push up on the dollar cat, then I would take profit there and get stopped out here. And obviously my profit targets are bigger than my stops, so I might be able to scratch out a little profit, but I'm thinking that it's not worth it since they've been moving the same for the few hours, for the last 2, 3, 4 hours. That's basically what I was thinking. I'm just thinking out loud here. So, but we can. I really wanted to be streaming. I wanted to be streaming live as the news would hit, just to show you guys, for you that are not, for you that are probably not probably you that are in the beginning stages of trading. I want to show you guys live how the market reacts to some of these news events, and basically why I personally try to stay out of most of them, not all of them. If I were to stay out of all news events, I probably wouldn't get a trade in. What if the news hits and whipsaws both directions? Yeah, that's the danger of trading the news, and of course it can do something like this, go up, doesn't quite get my targets, and then push down, and I get stopped out, and everything gets fucked up, and you bang the table and smash the computer and whatever. And a simple way to apes, hello man. Um, the simple way to get rid and stay out of that frustration in the market is simply to stay out of the news event. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm sorry if I got you guys confused on the correlation thing. It's Phil Star Prosper. What's up, Phil? What is up, my man? Nice to have a talented trader among us. So basically, yeah, I'm sorry if someone got confused while I was thinking about these correlation thingies. The best thing is just to stay out of it. Good to see you. Great to see you. as well. Phil, what are you gonna do when the non-farm hits? Are you gonna be trading, or are you gonna stay out of it? Also, we have some cat news coming at the same time. So the dollar cat tightening stops. Yeah, that's one way to go. So basically, if the we can do something like that. We can tighten our stops, set them just below. Don't put any new trades before the news, but if I have correct positions, I tighten my stops. Yep. So basically, what he means is if the stops were like so, simply just tighten them right up, and if the market decides to shoot down, uh, hopefully the stops will be filled and you won't lose as much money. But obviously we have the risk to reward ratio at 4.12 right now, so you can gain. That volatility allows for slippage on the stops. Yeah. So hopefully you get stopped out on the right stops, but there is no guarantee, as they say. But that's the whole concept of timing the stops, and hopefully, yeah. So you could set yourself up with a nice risk to reward on the while trading the news events. Forest fires didn't even affect the CAD too much yesterday. So there were forest fires in Canada yesterday. So what affected the Canadian dollar yesterday was the monetary policy statement, I believe. I think. So we can check that out. So obviously, is this happening? Is this only happening on for me, for you guys that are on TradingView? Does this never happen to you guys when you switch up tabs? Get this white screen thing. I don't understand why all of a sudden, if I go to a new tab, this fucker gets all widescreen. Sometimes it's annoying. Yeah, every goddamn time for me. I'm like, I've tried contacting TradingView and and they don't know, and I've tried clearing out the cache on the browser and stuff like that. Nothing seems to work. Nothing seems to work. So here's the I'm not gonna even switch tabs. The news event which happened on the Aussie yesterday, right here, and we saw that happen on the. No, what am I talking about? I was talking about the Aussie USD and the Aussie CAD. Yeah, that happened on the Aussie CAD. You're on Mac. Tell me how you backtest. What platform do you use? I use a PC to backtest on Ninja. First time I was starting out on I tried to backtest on TradingView. That was not possible because the data is pretty limited. Damn. You could also I have this set up on my Mac as well. This Windows thing. I have the Windows inside my Mac. So you can do it that way if you don't have a PC. That's the most simple way to do it. It's you download a program called VMware Fusion, and then you download the Windows thing inside that and put it all together, and voila, there you have it. Parallel, yes, this is the I am inside my Mac, and this is a Windows inside my Mac. I can go on to Google right here. Da-na-na. You can see this thing in action. It's slow as hell. Well, it's because the OBS on Twitch here, which is the program you use to broadcast, it just drags the computer down, and everything is pretty slow. I have a CPU of 20 right now. I will contact you for the link for that. Yeah, it's pretty. Go to YouTube. I did that. I don't really remember how I did that. I just went on to YouTube. You can write how to get VMware Fusion, and I think those you can get some videos there on how to do it. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. APT employment change on Wednesday was only one predicted, so that could be the indication. It's more likely that the NFP will also be deviated to the downside. The ATP employment change on Wednesday was only 156 versus the one, yeah, okay, predicted. So that could be and an indication more likely that yeah, it could be. That's the main problem with the news. Of course, they could be. That's my whole problem. Basically, anything could happen, and if you are thinking about trading into the news, you got to be pretty well tuned news-wise. I mean, you have to watch what is happening in the world, and fundamental trading is there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Some people live pretty decent lives of trading into the news and trading breakout strategies and stuff like that. I mean, I just personally don't do it. I rely on the technical aspect of things, and yeah. But if you can see what everyone is anticipating, like, yeah, of course, and I'm not saying that trading the news is a bad thing or a good thing. I'm pretty impartial on the whole thing. I find it's more comfortable just staying out of these bigger news events. Of course, you can get it into your position and hit your targets. But if you do that, you have to be prepared to lose a few times as well. So it goes both ways. You're gonna lose some and you're gonna win some. And if you have a, I don't know, a breakup strategy that that has excellent risk to reward, it can work pretty well. But like I said, I'm not a specialist on those types of strategies. I don't really care for the news. I'm not a specialist. I'm not good with economics or stuff like that. So yeah, the most simple way I found was just to stay out of it. Whatever you do around news, just make sure you do it consistently. Don't make trades 1 hour before news. And if you have current trades, I roll stops, but I'm consistent with. Yeah, that's another way to do it. If you are gonna trade the news, do it all the time. Don't just do it 2-3 times and try to gamble. Right? I'm not coming to the computer, seeing that's a big news event, and just doing. I'm gonna have tight stops, and I'm gonna have massive risk to reward. I'm gonna have massive rewards here, and yeah, I'm just gonna gamble. That's basically the definition of gambling. So um, if you're gonna do it, like Phil says, do it consistently, do it every time. You are gonna lose some trades, you are gonna win some trades. So that's a good concept to have, and make sure you have tight stops, and so it's gonna be worth it when you actually do grab a winner. I'm gonna answer you, Phil, on the it's VM where fusion. Uh, VMWAREFUSION. VMware Fusion. VMware Fusion. Yes, exactly. And you can this is a you can pay for the program. I'm not advocating any piracy here, but there are ways to get it for free as well. So yeah, no problem. Just make sure you type into YouTube the free version of things. You may need to do some illegal piracy, but if you don't want to pay for shit, that's how you do it. I'm not saying that I didn't pay for it, but let's be honest, I didn't. I'm not really a fan of paying for shit when I can get it for free, so I'd rather buy it. Yeah, some people actually are what's the word? Have some integrity when it comes to the internet and piracy, and I take my hat off for you. Because piracy is wrong. It is. But we can try to stretch this thing out. The news come out in 25 minutes. I don't think that anyone was here in the room when I was talking about the euro dollar setup. So I'm gonna go over a few pairs here. Hey, nothing against the other stuff, just personal. Yeah, I like I said, I take my hat off to people that actually have some integrity when it comes to the internet, and respecting when people are actually doing something, and they deserve to get paid for it, of course. So basically, on the Euro US dollar, I took a trade yesterday to the upside, I took a long, and the reason for that, if you take a look at the box right here, this is how I have a talk to you soon, friend. Have to finish up dinner. Want to check you out. Connect with you soon. Yep. Fantastic, Phil. Hope you do that, sir. And have a great dinner. Yeah, you're in Australia. It's evening there. It's just around noon here for me. Have a great dinner. But yeah, this is how, if you're wondering about the boxes right here, this is how I draw in my structure, support, resistance. As you can see right here, we do have some structure. If you take a look at these candles right here, I like to take in all the candles and structure. You can see right here, that's why I take in the whole thing. We have some candles in here. So something like this. We have, obviously, the euro was making a big move to the upside. If we take the Fibonacci retracement tool, we can see that right around this area where the ABCD completes, we have the 50% on the Fibonacci retracement. We can check down to the 1 hour. That's what I did, and I started to draw into this bigger box here. We found this ABCD, and we found the Fibonacci extensions leading up to the ABCD, and we had the 1414, the 127 just above. So that's when I took the 127 and the end of the ABCD, and we can draw in this little entry box or area. And then it's just a matter of making my risk to reward and finding an entry. I was talking about getting my stops below this point right here. And it would be nice to get some conflict in here, maybe a double bottom, where we could hide our stops below that. So I got my stops below this low right here and this low right here. And the trade was looking something like this. What was the ATR? The ATR when I entered was around 20, I think. So I went 20 below this point right here, so 50, something like this, making my risk to reward better than 1-to-1, and the rest is history. So this is probably gonna just stay right here until the news come out. So I'm going to be exiting this trade in a few minutes. I also have a trade on the dollar CAD, which we will be exiting as well with a loss here. But that's all right. That's all right. We did get some profits on the Aussie CAD yesterday. So that's how things are right now. So it's about 20 minutes until the news come out. I'm going to do a analysis for the upcoming week. I'm not going to be holding anything over the weekend. I'm not sure that I will be placing any trades after the news as well. Maybe if we get a nice setup, then we could leave that throughout the day. Let's check out the pound dollar real quick. It's kind of hard doing this analysis right now because we are expecting the market to move in a few minutes, so it's probably better to do the analysis after the news event. But we can go through it just real quick. What's been happening on these pairs? We have the pound dollar. We've broken a few structure points right here. Right here. We haven't broken through this point right here, which I am going to be waiting for if we are going to continue to the downside. You can see there is a lot of struggle in here. Take notice of the candles. So there is a lot of struggle in here. We have this point right here, and we have some structure looking left. This all lines up right here. Structure right here, and something more looking further back. So this would be a nice opportunity to go long if you are a counter trend trader. So we could shoot for the 38. If the market's going to continue to the downside, we might shoot for the 38 or even the 618 as well. I like to line things up with structure, take my profits at structure points, and most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, the Fibonacci will align pretty much to structure. And you can see right here, the 38, we have some structure just above the 38. And the 618, we have this small blip right in here. So the market could push up to this point right here, this brownish orangey line. It's a possibility, or it could shoot down. That's the problem with waiting for the news. So let's say that if the market pushes down, breaks and closes below this point right here, I will be looking for a push to the upside and continuation to the downside. Something like this. This would be a nice setup. So when support breaks here, and if the support breaks here, we change this into resistance, and we could use that to our advantage for a short on the pound dollar. I wanted to go, if you're wondering about these two lines here, I actually wanted to go short on the pound right here, and you can see why. This is why I wanted to short the pound right here. Boom, boom. You can see the market came up into that point or that area, tried to push through, see that wick, got sucked back down, and the rest is history. The problem for me was I did not get because I didn't want to shoot for targets. I mean, I didn't want to shoot for it. I'm not trading the daily, so I didn't want to shoot for targets down in here. I could not make my risk to reward work out, and the ATR was pretty high, and um, let me see. I was thinking about this. I was actually thinking about it right here. I remember trying to get above this area, but I knew that the market could well push up and got and then get sucked back. So as you can see, the market went up and we never got an entry right in here. So it was too much risk for me, so that sometimes happens. But here's the pound dollar on the 1 hour. You can see that we have been struggling here, ranging quite a bit. But I would like to see a clear break to the downside here. Breaking these points, all these points right here, and this one as well. And then we could probably search for an entry to the downside up in here. That would not be a bad idea. And guys, feel free to comment on your trade setups if you have something on your radar. Maybe I'm missing it. We can help each other out here. The dollar yen, yes, yesterday I had a trade set up on the dollar yen, like so. So I'm waiting for the market to push up into this level right here. We have that bigger bat right here. We have this ABCD pattern leading up into this area. And the most important thing is, let's check out the 4 hour to see it better. The most important thing is this structure right here. Boom, this resistance right here. So we'll be looking for entries inside this bigger box right here. So that's when I checked down to the 1 hour. Got this ABCD in there. And obviously this is not the most pretty looking ABCD pattern. And we can get a few more, I think, in here. But we're waiting for the market to push up into this level right here to find and trying to find some entries to go short. We could also wait for the bat pattern right here, which can only make our risk to reward better, because I would like to put my stops above this X lag right here. So if I were to go short, let's just say that I am going to go short right here, I would have to shoot for targets down in here, and gonna estimate here a bit. 70. So this might look something like this, which isn't a bad looking risk reward, but the problem is the 96 pips worth the risk. And I have a 100 pip cap, so I could make this work. So we'll see. We'll see if the market pushes up into this level right there. We have also, I believe, let's check it out, on the 4 hour, inside this bigger box right here, obviously we have the big move to the downside. We've broken these structure points right here to the downside recently. And if we were to continue this trend, you can see right here the 38, which for me represents strong trend. It's right inside this entry box and this area right here, and our entry box on the dollar yen. So that's what I'm thinking on the dollar yen. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to enter this today. If I'm being honest, hopefully not. I would like to do this when the market opens on Sunday or Monday. But if we're gonna get a push to the upside from the news, this could hit our entry right in here. I'm just hoping that the market won't push through right here and give us like a big wick candle. So I would have problems placing my stops. So in an ideal world, we would get a push to the upside. Then I'm gonna enter if that happens. I'm gonna enter if we get a push to the upside and the market is going to leave like a and I'm displaying my awesome drawing skills here. And if the market is going to, oops, something like this, give us something like this, like a pin bar candle right here, we could use that as our entry signal right up in here. That would be ideal. Then we could use this, use the candle, place our stops above the X leg right here. That would be pretty nice. It would be pretty nice. So 8 minutes until the news comes out. We're gonna watch it here live on Twitch. Dun dun dun. We're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna exit my trades here. Let's see. See, I'm gonna take a look at something here. Right. close position.
Order cancelled.
Order cancelled.
Order penned. Order cancelled.
Order cancelled. So I'm out. I'm out of the market right now, and then we play the waiting game. This would actually be a if the market pushes to the upside. I don't know what it is. I'm only estimating that the market will push up. Now I'm starting to think about reasons to go short here on this area. The problem with that is I would want to get my stops above these highs right here. Then the market would have to push quite a bit. So yeah. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I am mostly interested in the dollar yen. I want to go short the dollar goddamn yen. Check out the other yen pairs, the pound yen, the impossible pair. So I'm gonna start calling it the impossible pair because the goddamn ATR is always so high on the pound yen. Pretty low now, 29. As you can see right here, the ATR went up to 85. We're on the hourly. That is ridiculous. Ridiculous. See that green line in here? And that's the thing when you draw something in onto your charts, don't erase it immediately, especially these boxes and lines. I mean, everything else you can erase, but I have no idea when I drew this green line in here. I have no idea, but I'm guessing it was for a reason. And as you can see right now, we have been hitting this green line here. Boom, boom, boom. So obviously that meant something sometime when I drew it in. So 2 minutes until the news come out. We're gonna be watching the euro and we're gonna be watching the CAD as well. And I excuse my dog here. For you that have been watching this stream, I have my Doberman dog here with me, and that's not an easy dog to have. 1 minute. Let's see what the market does. Oh my god, the fucking white screen. You goddamn son of a bitch. Excuse my language. Come on. We want to watch this live. I've been promoting this. I'm going to watch it live. Alright. Check it out. The Euro USD. Let's see what this sucker is going to do. We're going to go up. We're going to go up. Whoop. And I just canceled the trades. Boom. See this reaction. What the fuck? Boom. I would have hit my profits there. See though how the market is still respecting structure. Right? See it? You see yellow line here? So we're having some reactions here. Let's check out the dollar CAD. We have the news on the both sides there. Exciting stuff, exciting stuff. What's happening on the dollar yen? Getting further away from my entries on the dollar yen. That sucks. That sucks. This is probably gonna go on for a few minutes. For a few minutes. See the reaction. The most important thing though is not to kick yourself when you are right. So I could think that I just lost about let's just say 30. I just lost about 40 pips. I could think that, but it is at the most utmost importance that you don't do that to yourself. You can take a look at the numbers, see what the numbers are telling us. Sometimes these numbers hit the exact same forecast and we still get a reaction. So you can imagine that this is like people are just waiting. Sorry about the dog. People are just waiting to see, to react. So this is purely psychological. And the internet here. Like I said, when I'm streaming, the internet gets really slow. Hopefully this isn't lacking on your part and you're getting these buffering things. Oh my god. I do realize now that I could have refreshed the numbers without refreshing the whole site. So I'm guessing there is some pressure on the server as well at FOREX Factory when everybody's trying to refresh at once. But of course, this is also on my part. I'm sorry about this, guys. This is ridiculous. Work, goddammit. Alright, so here are the numbers. The non-farm. Whoa. So previous was 208. The forecast was 203, and we got 160. So I wanna show you guys. This is the thing. The forecast is 203. If the actual is bigger than the forecast, that's good for current currency. This is not bigger than the forecast. Still, the euro. Yeah, of course, the euro, USD. I'm sorry, this was my mistake. I was thinking that this was the white screen. that the dollar was first, but that's obviously not true. And we got some strength in the euro versus the dollar. So we had a smaller number than forecasted, which gives us weakness in the dollar, and we are currently on the euro dollar, so the euro gets strength, pushes up. That's how the cookie crumbles. So basically, this was the whole concept for the stream for today. I just want to show you guys, if you haven't seen what happens around these bigger news events, I want to show you guys the reaction live. So basically now we'll wait and see what happens. We have to wait for this thing to calm down a bit, and we'll see if we find some entries today. I don't think so, because I don't want to hold anything over the weekend, or do I? Let's see if we have something going on this weekend news-wise. So there's nothing tomorrow. Trade balance in China on Sunday. Yeah. This could affect the yen pairs as well. Export demand and currency demand are directly linked because foreigners usually buy domestic currency to pay for nations' exports. Export demand. Why do they have to let these guys, or make these poor guys, work on Sundays? It's ridiculous. Maybe it's just the computer. But anyway, guys, if you have anything on your radar, let me know. We can check it out. I don't think I'll be trading today. Because I mainly trade the 4 hour and the 1 hour, which is most of the time a longer term trade. So I mean, I'm gonna be checking out the market for out the rest of the day. So this is getting pretty interesting here on the euro. See that the dollar is getting sucked. The euro dollar is getting sucked back down. And we could be heading down. Check out the New Zealand dollar here real quick. I am interested in a long around this area right here. Not sure though. Since we get this great pressure here, we have to wait and see. This is basically, if you were here when I was talking about the correlation thing, this is what I was talking about. I was talking about the dollar CAD would be stopped out here, and I would get the profits on the euro. So I was hatching myself, and this is what I was talking about. So as you can see, we did hit the profit targets on the euro dollar, but we would also have hit our stops on the dollar CAD. So that's another way to if you're interested in trading the news, you can hedge yourself between pairs. It's another way. That would have worked out perfectly this time. We've been stopped out here to the pip, and we hit our targets to the pip on the euro. So that would have worked out in this case. So on the Aussie CAD, not much effect there, obviously. Would be a pretty nice setup, just a simple trend continuation setup. If the market pushes up into this area right here, we could get a nice risk to reward out of this, placing our stops above this high right here in the expectance of the market to push lower. I think I'm going to be watching out for that on the Aussie CAD. On the Aussie dollar, it's been a long ride down for the Aussie dollar. We are coming into a bigger, check that out on the daily, with bigger structure area right here. So this might be an opportunity for a long right here. We're getting pretty oversold on the daily on the RSI. So this could be an opportunity for a long as well. We'll see what happens inside this green box. I would like to see something indicating that we want it to go long. Right, so, but like I said, I really appreciate you guys being here. This whole concept for today was the non-farms, and I want to show you guys how that looked. So we'll be here. Maybe I'll stream on Sunday, do a pre-market analysis on Sunday before the market opens. But I really appreciate you guys being here and all the chat. I think I'm gonna go now, do something else. Who knows? Maybe paint a picture or play the drums or take the dog out for a walk. But yeah, if you are watching the recording of this, please hit that follow button, and you can find us on all different social media platforms here below. Just hit the link and make sure you'll be my friend. So yeah. So until next time, guys.